Hello, dear learners. I am Professor M. Masum Raza from Department of Library Information Science, AMU Aligarh. In the last lectures, we have seen what human resource management is and what are the practices or what are the components of human resource management. So we have seen this encompasses a lot of activities, and among so many activities, we have seen how the job analysis, job specification, job description, and how it works. So, today we will be discussing one more important element of human resource management, that is recruitment. We will discuss recruitment under these five heads. I've divided the whole content under these five different heads. First, we'll talk about basic introduction, what this recruitment means. Then we'll discuss features. We'll discuss objectives. We'll discuss advantages of recruitment, and then we will see the procedures which are involved in the recruitment and selection. Just to introduce this area, let me tell you human resource management, especially in the dynamic landscape of library services, this recruitment of the qualified personnel stands as a cornerstone for the effective functioning of the libraries. Central to the process, Central to this process is the dissemination of job information, ensuring that prospective candidates are well informed about the vacant positions and the associated terms and conditions. A robust recruitment strategy for specific library roles is required, and it serves to promote the future prospect of the profession. However, if we talk in the context of India, particularly in the central universities and other academic institutions, there exists a notable absence of organized vacancies, notable absence of organized efforts to publicize job vacancies within the library sector. And despite this, sporadic advertisements in the newspapers and limited information provided by employment bureaus, the dissemination of job opportunities lacks the comprehensive approach necessary to attract the diverse pool of qualified candidates. And unlike their counterparts in foreign countries such as United Kingdom and the United States, library associations at both the national and the state levels in India have yet to address this crucial aspect of recruitment. Highlights the pressing need for a more efficient and systematic approach to recruitment within the library profession, emphasizing the importance of disseminating comprehensive job information and promoting future career prospect to attract and retain talented individuals. Now we can see the features of recruitment, which include the identification of job vacancies, then job analysis and description, then advertisement and promotion, then screening and selection, then interview, and then offer and negotiation, and then we have onboarding and integration. So we'll discuss these features one by one. The first essential feature, which is identification of job vacancies. The recruitment process basically begins with the identification of job vacancies within an organization. This involves assessing current staffing needs and determining the roles and positions that need to be filled to support organizational objectives. In the last lecture, we have seen uh, the staffing formula in different libraries, in the public libraries and in the academic libraries. The staff formula, especially designed by the Dr. S. R. Ranganathan, that we have seen how specifically and very minutely we try to identify how many people are required in acquisition section, technical section, uh, then in the periodical section, and in other sections. So, if the vacancies are accordingly calculated, and then you know how many positions are vacant, and those positions need to be filled up as early as possible. Otherwise, your activity or the outcome suffers. So, in this case, the role of human resource management become even more effective to continuously monitor how many people are working, where they are lacking, and if they are lacking, what is their requirement, and if there is no one uh, in the if there is uh, no professional staff in the library, or maybe semi professional, or the requirement of professional staff is there, then immediately it needs to be advertised and it needs to be filled up. So we have seen in the staffing formula also, the positions have to be filled up to support the organizational objectives. That is one important thing of the recruitment. And second activity is job analysis and description. Before recruiting candidates, it is essential to conduct a job analysis to understand the duties, responsibilities, qualifications, and skills required for the position. This information is used to create a detailed job description outlining the job requirements and expectations. Because normally, if we don't know what kind of job or what kind of activity we are going to give to a new person, or exactly what all jobs you have in your organization, if you don't have the idea of that, if you don't try to delineate all the activities, it will be difficult to recruit the right person. So it becomes even more important to identify, delineate, check the job responsibilities, check the positions, check the duties, and after complete analysis only, then we are in a position to describe the job. So again, before describing, when we describe it, again we have to follow um, certain things which become more important for the organization, such as candidate sourcing. This recruitment involves sourcing candidates from various channels to attract a diverse pool of talent. The common sourcing method include online job portals, social media platforms, recruitment agencies, employee referrals, career fairs, and networking events. And we have one more important role here, that is advertisement. Basically, when we have described the job, then it becomes important that we should advertise and promote as much as you can, so that you can get the right person, not only from uh, your local areas but across the nation. If you feel anybody having talent, all those talents which are required for a particular job, you should try to advertise and then try to assess who will be the right person for a right job. Those organizations especially advertise job vacancies through various medium to reach potential candidates. Job posting may be published on the organizational website and job boards we have, professional associations, and in newspapers or online publications. And the effective promotion of these job opportunities is essential for the candidate, for attracting the qualified candidates. And then the next step after advertisement is screening and selection. So this is involves, once the applications are received, because in response to the advertisement, the candidates will apply, and when the date is over or closed, advertisement is closed, then in that case, whatever applications you have received, it needs proper scrutiny or proper screening to assess the suitability of the candidates for the position. And this may involve reviewing resumes, conducting initial interviews, and administering assessments or tests to evaluate candidates' skill and qualifications. Basically, now judging starts. First level screening, you can see whether the candidate fulfills all the qualification laid down for the job, because in job description you have given all the complete details which are required for the particular job. So you have given the duties, responsibilities, position, pay and perks, everything has been given now. Scientifically, your pay, perks, salary, everything has been calculated. When everything is there, and in response to your advertisement, the people those who find uh, enough, or the people those who fulfill the qualification, they will definitely fill up the forms. They will apply for the against the advertisement, and after advertisement, the job is, it becomes again the organization responsibility, HRM's responsibility, to screen it properly, identify the right person, and for that matter, whatever is the skill test, job test, trade test, whatever is required, they have to conduct those things so as to filter the right candidate. And once all this has been done, and then the last process is interview. Interview is again a very crucial component of the job recruitment process, allowing employers to assess the candidate suitability for the position and evaluate their qualifications, experience, interpersonal skill. Interviews may also be conducted in person, over the phone, or through video conferencing if somebody is not available, maybe because of some limitations. So now at least those can be done away with, and the through video conferencing also interviews can be conducted across the system. The board can sit and the candidate can sit, and your skills or the your understanding of the job can be tested. And once it is done, then the next step is offer and negotiation. After identifying the preferred candidate, the organization extends a job offer outlining the terms and condition of the employment. Extends the or this offer and negotiation. After identifying the preferred candidate, the organization extends a job offer outlining the terms and condition of employment, including salary, benefits, start date, uh, and negotiations may also occur regarding the terms of the offer, and finalizing the employment agreement is typically the last step in the recruitment process. And then the last process is onboarding and integration. Once the candidate accepts the job offer, the onboarding process begins, which involves the orientation of the new employee to the organization, their role and work environment, because he has to be uh, means accustomed with all the people those who are working, his co-workers, and even he has to be informed about the job, what kind of job is there, what responsibilities he will be having, who will be the co-workers, what will be the environment, all these things. So whenever new employees oriented to these um, conditions, that process basically is called as onboarding, and so that at least they can develop affinity among their co-workers, and they understand the work culture, they understand the environment, they understand the place, they understand the job, and once they understand everything, it becomes easy for them to work and execute their job. So one more effective thing here is, when effective onboarding is essential, especially for facilitating the integration of new employees and setting them up for success in their new positions. So basically, this whole process is also known as induction. So these features collectively contribute to a comprehensive recruitment process, and aimed at attracting, selecting, and hiring the most qualified candidates to meet the organizational needs and objectives. Then we'll discuss the objectives of the recruitment. I've outlined some of the objectives. The first and foremost objective is to attract the qualified candidates. As we know, the role of recruitment is first and foremost is to get the right person, or you can say the best person who is suited for this job. Then we have a diverse candidate pool, and then we have another objective of meeting the organizational needs and reducing time to fill and improving quality of hire. Means at any point of time it should not be lagging, or it should be uh, such a process which is not liked by the prospective candidates. So we have to work on the enhancing employer branding also, because the good people should apply. What is more important is you should have a good brand also. Your organization is established, a lot of people will definitely run for your organization, apply for your organization, would like to be in your organization, provided if you have established yourself. And then the last objective is promoting internal mobility. Means even that is will be important. We will discuss all this one by one. So basically, I told you, attracting qualified candidates always remains at the top, where the primary objective of recruitment is to attract a pool of qualified candidates who possess the skill, knowledge, and experience required to fulfill the job roles within the organization. And this involves effectively communicating job opportunities and promoting the organization as an employer of choice to top talent. So definitely, if you offer good working environment, good salary, good position, good perks, plus proper, you can say, promotion policy, then definitely good candidates will apply for it. So for designing all this, the human resource management is responsible. So the human resource management can make or mar the organization. If they are able to select the right person, definitely the organization will grow higher and higher. And if they are not able to select the right person, so that will lead to the decline of the organization or institution, whatever it may be. So one more important here is again the diverse candidate pool. Means this is another objective of recruitment, is to ensure diversity. What is important is uh, you should never have people of one orientation or from one language speaking or from one place. So ultimately that will ultimately lead to inbreeding sort of thing. So when people are all from the same places, speaking the same language from the same institutions, so this becomes a stagnant, or you can say it doesn't uh, give a good feel factor. So they have to ensure that diversity should be there within the candidates pool by attracting the candidates from various backgrounds, experiences, and demographics. So recruiting a diverse workforce fosters innovation. That innovation grows with us. It fosters creativity also, and a broader range of perspectives within the organization. Then the next objective is meeting organizational needs. Recruitment aims to address current and future staffing needs within the organization by identifying and filling the vacant positions in a timely manner. This is the foremost activity of recruitment, or in a broader sense, human resource management. And this involves aligning the recruitment efforts with organizational goals, strategies, and workforce planning initiatives to ensure that the staffing levels meet operational requirements. Then, another important objective is reducing time to fill. One of the objectives of the recruitment is to minimize the time it takes to fill job vacancies within the organization. By streamlining recruitment processes, utilizing efficient sourcing method, and implementing effective screening and selection techniques, organization can reduce time to fill metrics and minimize disruptions to productivity. If everything is done within a calculated time, so it will not affect your organization. But the moment you start prolonging it, delaying it, it affects your organization. You just imagine if a library is not having required number of deputies and assistants, what will be the condition? What will be the output? Do you think that without deputies or without a proper assistant or without, you can say, a professional staff, the university can deliver academics in a better way? Because the library has a great role in improving the academics or making the academics more visible, because ultimately every university, every college has to be visible nowadays. So how it can be more visible, how it can have a better impact when you're definitely when your library is having good number of people, efficient number of people, effective people, those who coordinate with the teachers and researchers, try to help them in giving their best. And once the researchers and the teachers they are in a position to give their best, ultimately what happens is your organization shines. And when your organization shines, you are visible. You are visible to others. It develops your organization's credibility. And this is how the brand is built. Brand is not built in a day. As it is saying, Rome was not built in a day. So same is the case here. Brand also was not built. It never happens that brand is built in a day. So consistently you have to keep on working. And what the job of human resource management can be, that in any case, if any position is lying vacant and you feel that this is a crucial position, and immediately we have to fill it up. So just try to develop such strategies that within no time, or within the fastest possible time, or with the less number of your bureaucracy, if you can, it's immediately advertise, do all the processes and finish the task, and immediately you can have induction of a new candidate. And because a new person also, he will take his own time to respond. He will first understand the system, and then only the system, he will be able to deliver something in the system. And the moment he starts delivering, it improves your quality, and your organization becomes more visible. So this is one more important thing. So what can be done? I told you this, improving the quality of hire is also one of the important tasks here. So recruitment seeks to enhance the quality of hires by selecting the candidates who possess the requisite skill, competencies, and cultural fit for the organization. This objective involves employing rigorous screening and selection process to identify candidates who are likely to succeed in their roles and contribute to organizational success. One more important activity of recruitment is enhancing employer branding. Just now I told you how the brand becomes important, and brand is never built in a day. You have to consistently 24 by 7 work hard. Your teachers, your researchers, your employees, your professionals, they have to consistently work hard. Then only you are in top 10, top 15, top or 50. Your institution organization is visible. Once your institution organization is visible in top 50, a lot of students will apply for it. And there are a lot of researchers will from different parts of the country, or it can be across the nations. People will apply, and definitely keeps on growing. So it is a consistent effort and well planned effort. So definitely recruitment aims to enhance the organization's employer brand and reputation as an attractive place to work. By providing a positive candidate experience, promoting organization, values, culture, and showcasing career growth opportunities, recruitment contributes to building a strong employer brand that attracts top talent. Then, one more important objective is promoting internal mobility. I told you this, any organization has to promote the internal mobility and career development opportunities for existing employees. If there is no good strategy for internal promotions, let me tell you, the people, good people, those who are working in your organization, they will leave organization whenever they get a good chance. So at least your human resource management, they have to see uh, see within the organization that there should not be any stagnancy. And anybody who fulfills the qualification within 5 years, 4 years, whatever has been prescribed by the UGC or maybe any other uh, your accrediting body, whatever has been, if anything is due for any candidate, immediately within 6 months, within 3 months, 6 months, the process should be completed and the person should get it. Probably giving the timely dues means paying the dues timely to any prospective candidate or any internal candidate. It gives a boost, and it gives a, a boost that okay, what we had been working consistently for the last 4 years, 5 years seriously, and now we have got the reward. So it is, in a way, it is a rewarding process also. If a candidate gets his due promotion well within time framework, so it is a reward for a candidate. But if the vice versa is, if somebody is not getting in due course of time, maybe probably the promotion which was due in 4 years, and if somebody is getting after 8 years, you just imagine what will be the state of mind, and what will be the output in which state he or she will be working, and what will be the output of the candidate. So all this becomes more important when you study in relation to your motivation, or in relation to other aspects of the management. You understand why it is important, because psychological motivation is also important. Rewarding is also one of the component which comes in the way. So at least bare minimum what anybody can do is, at least there should be a proper internal mobility strategy, as per the as laid down by any accrediting body, or it can be any higher education system. So by considering the candidate for the job vacancies and providing pathways for advancement within the organization, recruitment supports talent retention, basically supports talent retention and employee engagement initiatives. Then only the employee will remain engaged, and you will be in a position to retain the talent. Otherwise, uh, now the frequent thing which you must have seen in private organizations, whenever a candidate is offered a better prospect in terms of salary, or in terms of reward, or maybe in terms of position, the candidate switches over. But that switching, you just imagine the switching is detrimental for the organization, because ultimately the candidate has learned everything, and now he has matured, and he is in a position to give you better output, and you are not promoting him, you are not giving him any reward, you are not changing his position, you are not giving him better scale. So in that case, what happens? He leaves. Ultimately, you have trained him for the last so many years, and all the efforts which you have invested in your employees, but due to certain you can say bad policies of human resource management, you are not able to retain him. If you are not able to retain him for a longer time, so it becomes detrimental for the organization, and it becomes that employee becomes asset for the another organization, because without training, without spending anything on that employee, he is getting a trained staff, and another organization is benefited, and you are in a position where your organization suffers. So now we'll discuss some of the advantages of recruitment. So we can see what are the advantages here. We have access to talent, we have improved quality of hire, enhanced organizational performance, we have reduced turnover in cost, a positive employer branding, and increased diversity and inclusion, and succession planning and talent pipeline. Access to talent, again, the first advantage that we have seen earlier also. The effective recruitment practices enables organizations to attract the diverse pool of talented candidates within the to attract the diverse pool of talented candidates with the skills, qualifications, and experience needed to fulfill job roles. This access to talent ensures that the organization can select from a wide range of candidates and identify individuals who are best fit for the job and organizational culture. Then improved quality of hire, that we have again discussed. By employing rigorous screening and selection process, organizations can improve the quality of their hires, and recruiting candidates who possess the necessary skills, competencies, and cultural fit enhances the job performance, productivity, and job satisfaction, ultimately contributing to the organization's success. Then third important advantages, we have enhanced organizational performance. Recruiting skilled and qualified employees contributes to enhanced organizational performance and competitiveness. Then hiring individuals who bring valuable expertise and capabilities to the organization enables it to innovate, adapt to changing market conditions, and achieve strategic objectives more effectively. Then one more advantage, we have reduced turnover in cost. So effective recruitment practices can help reduce employee turnover by selecting candidates who are good fit for the job and the organization. Lower turnover. Reduce turnover and costs. Effective recruitment practices can help reduce employee turnover by selecting candidates who are good fit for the job and organization. Lower turnover rates result in the cost saving. Associate with recruitment, training, and onboarding of new employees. Additionally, hiring the right candidates reduces the risk of turnover related disruptions and productivity losses. Then we have one more advantage, that is positive employer branding. A well executed recruitment process positively impacts an organization, employer brand, and reputation. Organizations that prioritizes recruitment and invest in creating positive candidate experience are viewed more favorably by the job seekers, leading to the increased interest in the job opportunities and a larger talent pool to draw from the future. Then one more advantage we have, this is increased diversity and inclusion. A robust recruitment strategy promotes diversity and inclusion within the organization by attracting candidates from different backgrounds, experience, and perspectives. Embracing diversity fosters creativity, innovation, and collaboration, leading to a more inclusive and dynamic work environment. And the best, you can say, the advantage of this is succession planning and talent pipeline. This strategic recruitment practice enables organizations to identify and nurture top talent for future leadership positions through succession planning initiatives, building a talent pipeline, because in every organization we have the hierarchical structure, and it is very clear that who is at number one, who is at number two, who is at number three, and the second line should always be ready, because the first, if the person on the top, if he or she either retires or leaves the organization, the second line should be in a position to take up the top jobs. So this is how the organization has to be nurtured. This is how the organization has to move. Otherwise, if you don't have the second line and third line ready, so in any time your organization or your institution can collapse. So always, whenever human resource management practices are executed, so they see that the succession line, the succession line should be very clear. So uh, so this is also one of the important role of human resource management, so as to ensure the continuity and stability within the organization by grooming internal talent for the key roles and reducing the reliance on external hires. We don't have to rely on the external people, but internal people can be promoted for the higher positions, and immediately they will control all the situations. So this is also what we have to see. So we next will be discussing the recruitment and selection procedures. So within the recruitment and selection procedures, you can see what are the steps. We'll just move one by one. So first thing is identifying of the vacant position that we have seen. This process basically begins with identifying the number of the process begins with identifying the number and the type of vacant positions, considering the factors such as retirement, resignations, terminations, and the creation of new posts. So example can be the library administration identifies the vacant positions within the library, such as librarian, library assistant, cataloger, based on the staffing needs and the organizational objectives. Then second process, in this, the second process is of specification of the job requirements. Then clearly defining what is here important is clearly defining or revising the qualifications, skills, salary scales, and other allowances required for the identified positions. That has to be done. And the next step is advertising and publicizing. So what can be done is inviting applications by advertising the job openings in the national, state, or local newspapers, as well as through other media channels such as radio, televisions, publicizing information through employment guidance bureaus and professional associations to ensure broad exposure. Because if it is not advertised well, you will not be getting the people from different parts of the country. So if you feel that you have to get a good number of diversity and a right person with requisite skills and qualifications and experience, then better advertise in all national dailies, plus use all channels. You can through online means job postings, online job postings, so because now uh, nowadays the people are more tech savvy, so whenever any job posting is there on any platform, so immediately it reaches to the candidates, those who are quite active on especially on the electronic devices, or those who are quite um, effective in handling all these devices. For example, is job openings are advertised through various channels, including library association websites, professional networks, university career centers, online job boards, specializing in the library and information science. Then important is application review. Once the applications are received, and the review process starts from the interested candidates assessing their qualifications and skills to create a short list of potential candidates. That is more important here. And then interview planning, deciding the interview dates, forming a selection board, and including experts and preparing interview charts. This involves obtaining the consent from the experts and verifying the data before sending invitations. So this all process. Then interview invitations, the formal invitations are to be sent to the candidates, because ultimately there's a last step where you have to, where the board, or you can say the team interacts with the candidate before recruitment. There is a last process where you can, across the table, you can see how much candidate knows, what are his skills. Probably with the skills and other things have been tested, because of trade test, skill test, all those tests, personality test, all those tests have been conducted, and finally you sit across the table to see the real depth of the candidate, real worth of the candidate, because that is normally the last step of the selection process. So, when formal invitations are sent to the candidates, providing details of the interview process and any preparations required, shortlisted candidates are called for the interview. So, after this, what is important is establishing the assessment criteria. The criteria and assessments are established to evaluate the candidates during the interview process, ensuring alignment with the job requirements. And after that is a referee opinion. A referee opinion is opinion from the referees were provided by the candidate, are sought to validate information and gain additional insights into their suitability for the position. Because normally you must have seen that whenever you fill up the application, they will ask for two referees, two or three referees, and those referees means those who are either known to you through your job, or during your study period you have either worked under the supervision of certain such and such person. So or you are working under in an organization and your head is supposed to be one of the referees. So definitely the organization, any organization, human resource department will contact the referees. Referees given by the candidates, known to the candidates in whatever capacity it is. It can be academic, it can be professional referees. So human resource department can contact them and then find out the details or insights about the candidates skill and worth can be examined, and so that it becomes easy for the human resource department to fill up the positions. Such as references from the previous employer or the academic supervisors are sought to gather additional insights into their professional background and performance. Then the candidate interviews are conducted with the shortlisted candidates to assess their qualifications, skills, and fit for the roles and organization. Both are checked, and important thing here is reference checks also. The organization verifies the information provided by the candidates and gathers additional insights into the past performance, work ethics, and suitability for the position through reference checks with previous employer or other relevant sources. This is also done. And then probably if everything is okay, then the candidates are asked to go for the physical and medical tests, and the selected candidates may be required to undergo the medical health fitness test required necessary. They undergo medical or physical tests. The selected candidates may be required to undergo medical or physical tests to ensure they meet the health and fitness requirement necessary to perform the job duties effectively and safely. So this is done, and, and and after this, setting the terms and condition. Here, the organization determines the candidate salary, benefits, start date, and other terms and conditions of the employment, finalizing their details to formalize the job offer. And the simple example can be once candidates have been provisionally selected, employment terms such as salary, benefit, work schedule, start date, start dates are finalized, taking into account organizational policies and budgetary constraints. So, formal appointment is given, a formal appointment letter or the contract is issued to the selected candidates officially, offering them the position and outlining the terms of their employment, thus completing the recruitment and selection process. Certain tests also, the process of recruitment involves ensuring that the appointed candidate is capable of efficiently performing the assigned job. Various tests may be applied to observe a candidate's behavior before the formal appointment. And here are the different, some of the tests are named, use normally. Measure the individual's total personality, including traits, behavior patterns such as initiative, judgment, self confidence, temperament. Personality may be assessed through methods such as rating, question and answer, experimental method, intelligence tests. So, all these tests are conducted before giving the formal appointment.